Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Skyrim's Special Edition. My name's Camel, and today we have the guide for the Ebony Mail, the artifact, not an African gentleman. Now, this ancient item is the chest piece, even the centerpiece, for Fudge Muppet's newest build, the dark and deceiving Messenger of Death. A super sneaky, bloodthirsty, dagger-plunging, shield-bashing, arrow-slinging, poisonous stealer of life. Be sure to check her and her dark backstory out in Fudge Muppet's video. The link to the Messenger of Death build and their channel can be found in the description. Be sure to check them out and give them a hello from me. As for now, let us begin the journey that ends with the Ebony Mail. Firstly, your character will need to be level 30 to get the related quest. Once you are level 30 or higher, you may have a random encounter with the cultist of Boethiah, or will need to find a book called Boethiah's Proving. This book can be found in the following locations: in the abandoned house in Markarth, under the bookshelf. It can be found on the Boethiah's cultists found during the random encounter. It can be found in Castle Volkir in a wardrobe. At the College of Winterhold, it can be bought from Urag Groshub. It can be found in Hilgrun's tomb, also in Hobbs Fall Cave, inside Septimus Cygnus's outpost on the bookshelf, inside Apocrypha near the Book on Apocrypha, prying orbs, and it is also possible loot found on Seeker Aspirants. After reading the book, it will begin the quest Boethiah's Calling. Now we'll need to head to the Scalium of Boethiah, found just to the east of Windhelm. Just like a child, as we arrive, a priest will approach us.
We are Lord Boethiah's faithful. Have you come to test your mettle? We are forged by Boethiah's example. We carve our will upon the world through our tongues and our blades. You are nothing. An empty vapor, dispersed by the slightest breeze. Good. Perhaps I've misjudged. The Lord of Plots, Deceiver of Nations, Devourer of Trinomac, the Queen of Shadows, Goddess of Destruction, he who destroys, and she who erases.
You like a horker!
Many are our Lord's lofty names, but they befit only us mortals. Intone her mighty names from now until the end of time. It is for naught. Names mean nothing to our Lord. She only cares for those who care for themselves, whose hearts are full of purpose, whose lives are full of deeds.
I'll see you burn.
If you desire a glimpse of our dark mistress, then this is what you must do. First, prove your tongue can wield a lie. Find someone, gain his trust, lead him to the shrine above. Next, instruct your thrall to touch the pillar of sacrifice. Its magic will ensnare him, rendering him helpless. Then, girded with certitude, plant the ceremonial blade deeply, so that the waters of his heart wash over you. If your will is strong enough, it will stir Boethiah in her dark mansion, and she will appear before you. That remains to be seen, but if it is so, and if Boethiah appears, then we will welcome you as one of us.
I'll carve you into pieces!
So we'll need to sacrifice one of our followers. I suggest finding the most annoying, crappy follower possible, and using them as a sacrifice. Once you bring that unlucky ducky back to the Scalium of Boethiah, speak to them, and select the I need you to do something prompt. Then, while we have the pulsating diagonal crosshairs, click on Activate Pillar of Sacrifice. This will lure the victim in. Now equip the Blade of Sacrifice Boethiah gave us and use it to slay your follower. They will then be hacked by Anonymous.
Weary flesh is so distasteful.
Among us!
You have caught my attention, mortal. That is most unwise. Tell me, why have you slain this one who trusted you here upon my shrine? My favor. My good pleasure is not some trophy for mortal sport. I should slay you for such insolence. Is that so? You should be. Though a heart without fear is something I can use. Perhaps you are the one I seek. We shall soon find out. Listen, all of you! Hear me. I have need of a warrior. Only the most ruthless, cunning, and agile will do. You have gathered here night after night, sacrificing fools upon my shrine, and sparring aimlessly with yourselves. But which among you truly exceeds the rest? Prove yourselves to me. I have a special task for whichever of you is left standing.
Kill them all! Or let them do all the work for you, then kill the last one standing.
Well done. You have proven the strength of your will and your tongue's gift for lies. You have shown ferocity and prowess in combat. Now the time has come for a final proving. Are you able to cast aside your honor and strike with the hidden blade? I have little need for mindless thralls. My servants serve their own purposes. But if their will is insufficient, nor suitably aligned with mine, I simply destroy them. Which brings me to my present concern. My previous champion displeases me. It is time he is replaced, in the traditional fashion. You will find him holed up at Knifepoint Ridge, where he plays king to bandits and highwaymen. Kill every single member of his band. Do so as silently and invisibly as you can, for this is not about you. You are to be my instrument in this. Slay him in the coldest of blood. Do not give him the dignity of defending himself. Once his corpse lays cold upon the ground, and all trace of his followers erased, retrieve my Ebony Mail, a gift fit only for my true champion.
May your will carve itself upon the world.
So her will has been spoken. Now we'll need to come to Knifepoint Ridge in the Falkreath Hold, found right here on the map. In a sneaky fashion, we'll need to kill all of the bandits, both outside and inside the mine. Inside the cave, when we get to the little house, we can jump up the boxes and barrels, drop down through the hole in the roof, and then, ever so sneakily, slit the throat of Boethiah's champion. Once they have been slain, be sure to take the Ebony Mail from their inventory. Now, once we have the Ebony Mail and have killed every last bandit at Knifepoint Ridge, we will need to equip the Ebony Mail.
You have done well, my champion. You have earned my respect, a feat few manage and live to tell about. I shall write your name upon the tablet of absolute darkness. You may keep my Ebony Mail, a token of my appreciation to my new champion. Its gifts will resonate with your talents. Now go. I have strings to pull that require my full attention. You may pursue your own course wherever it leads you. Remember always this. As you will it, so it shall be.
Thanks, Boethiah. You're a babe. So the Ebony Mail, it is of course heavy armor, its slot is the chest, it has a base armor rating of 45, which is only bested by Skyrim, Daedric and Dragonplate armor. Its weight is 28, which is roughly half that of Daedric, Skyrim and Dragonplate armor. It has a value of 5,000, it can be upgraded with an ebony ingot, which requires you to have the arcane smithing perk. It also benefits from the ebony smithing perk, which means that it can be upgraded all the way to legendary without you having to fortify your character's smithing skill beyond 100. And finally, its enchantment. You move more quietly and close opponents take 5 points of poison damage per second. So let's talk about this enchantment. When it says that you can move more quietly, I can tell you that on a technical level, it grants you the Muffle spell. The Muffle effect is also set to 1, which means the Ebony Mail alone completely mitigates all noise from your character's armor. However, the Muffle effect on the Ebony Mail is only active while you are sneaking. The Ebony Mail is also the only piece of non-footwear apparel in the game that grants the Muffle effect. Now let's talk about the poisoning enchantment. It's a fairly interesting one. Nearby foes are poisoned for 5 points every second. This effect is only active when you are sneaking or there are hostile enemies nearby. It's easy to tell when it's active as your character will be engulfed in a cloud of dark green smoke and your character will turn almost entirely black, simulating the effect of hiding in shadows. This poison cloud enchantment has some drawbacks and some benefits. Firstly, it poisons enemies, which is of course helpful, as it also has no limit to the amount of enemies it can affect at one time. And as it also activates when hostile enemies are nearby, it can act as an alarm to let you know when something angry is inbound. Enemies who are being affected by the poison effect will also turn black and smoky. Now, given that this effect also activates when you sneak, it can actually be very unhelpful when trying to assassinate enemies with daggers, as just before you get within killing range, the enemy will begin to take poison damage and be more alert or even fully alert to your presence. This also makes it nearly impossible to pickpocket NPCs while sneaking, as again, before you can steal the flint from their pockets, they will get poisoned, being made aware of your being there, and also it will make them hostile. This makes sneaking among neutral or friendly NPCs in the Ebony Mail a very bad idea. Also, while sneaking and using a bow, the smoke emitted by the Ebony Mail can take up a fair portion of your screen and make it very difficult to get a clean and clear shot in. However, it can be useful when swimming, as it will kill slaughterfish. Sadly, brawling while wearing the Ebony Mail also violates the rules of the brawl, as the poison damage will count as a non-brawl damage and will result in a bounty or a failed brawl, or probably both. This sucker punch of an issue has been fixed with the Skyrim unofficial patch, however. Now, this enchantment, when active, is listed under the character active effects list labeled Ebony Mail Muffle. It is also a unique enchantment and cannot be disenchanted. Sadly, the Ebony Mail does not count as Ebony Armor, and when worn with a full set of Ebony Armor, it will not activate the matching set perk bonus. However, there are mods to fix this, and it's pretty stupid that it doesn't count as Ebony Armor, so you might as well download some of those mods. Now, given the Ebony Mail has a very high base armor rating and it's incredibly lightweight, it actually has the highest base armor rating to weight ratio, with 1.61 armor per unit of weight. Aesthetically, the Ebony Mail differs slightly from the standard Ebony armor. It consists of underarmor chainmail, where on a standard Ebony armor piece, it is a simple black material. The pauldrons on the Ebony Mail are smaller, and also along with the collar, have a very distinct dark blue coloring. Again, an attribute that the standard Ebony armor does not have. There are also several tiny differences that I won't go into detail about, as it's mostly placement of rivets and bolts. So ultimately, whether or not you should use this with your character is a tad hazy, pun intended. Although seeming very tilted towards a sneaking character, I'd say the Ebony Mail is actually better suited to a tank and spank character. It's got the armor rating for a warrior type character, it's got a super light weight, and it will deal 5 points of poison damage to all enemies around you. I mean, it's the perfect item for a heavy armor combat based type. Oh, looks like I got a delivery. It's a really dark package. Looks like I got some Ebony Mail. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Camel, and this has been my guide for the Ebony Mail, a physical manifestation of Boethiah's deceit, conspiracy, murderous plots, assassination, treason, and unlawful mutiny. As always, be sure to check out Fudge Muppet's Messenger of Death build. Links to that video and their channel can be found down below in the description. If you enjoyed this video, in the description you can also find individual links to more Skyrim Special Edition guides I've done. You'll also find links to social media and Patreon. Be sure to hit them up if you are keen in supporting the channel. Even just a follow on Twitter means a lot. Be sure to like, share, comment and subscribe. Tons of effort goes into these videos. Your support is most welcome and appreciated. Feel free to check out the links on screen. Thanks for watching, thank you for supporting the channel, and I will see you very shortly in the next video. I'll see you there in a second.